It's been almost 9 months since a derecho plowed through the tri-states with 120-mile-per-hour winds. Nearly a year later now, many are still feeling the effects. WGEM's Dylan Smith talked with one Hancock County farmer who says the derecho was the last straw that pushed him out of the livestock business.
Daniel Matthew Starr says June 29th, 2023 is one day he'll probably never forget. Now, on top of one of the family's livestock barns being wiped out, a dairy barn they were using as a small event center was also destroyed. The question now is, could we be in for another active severe weather season in 2024? This is what's left of the Starr family's event barn. Lights blowing in the wind, the roof ripped clean off, all from a storm that produced 120-mile-an-hour winds, spanning from Missouri all the way to southern Indiana.
We're talking well over $500,000 in damages as far as what insurance type of money they gave us for structures.
Another one of those structures, the Starr family's hog barn. Matthew Starr says the family has farmed in Hancock County for 5 generations, and now it feels a little different.
Now we're left with 1 or 2 older buildings that are 25 years old, which means they're to the point where they're ending their useful life without a lot of upgrades.
For about 2 weeks, they've been without livestock, and Starr says that's likely how it'll stay. With unseasonably warm temperatures as of late and already an active severe weather season in the Midwest, Starr wonders, could this happen again?
We've already had 3 tornadoes in our 36 counties so far this year.
Rich Kinney with the National Weather Service in the Quad Cities says derechos, unlike tornadoes, can be harder to predict. Kinney hopes those 3 tornadoes aren't a precursor for the rest of 2024. A derecho like last year's, he says, is not a yearly occurrence.
You can go sometimes years without having one that is that substantial.
In the meantime, Starr remains positive about the situation.
We're going to be able to focus on maybe some external enterprises. Maybe we'll do better, be better at the jobs we already do.
Starr says his family is still unsure on what to do about that event barn. He says none of his livestock was severely injured or killed in the storm. Daniel?
All right, thank you, Dylan. And Starr says they had roughly 1,500 animals on the farm last June.